March 18th, 2026. The topic today is thinking ahead is important, especially for your own life. I think, bizarrely, this was something I kind of didn't ignore, but just didn't really keep very well in focus as I was kind of going through my 20s and 30s. I think I thought about it a lot as a kid, thought about my future a lot. And then once I was kind of in the future, in my early adulthood and 30s, I just, I'm not entirely sure what happened. And now I'm here almost 50. And I kind of feel like I'm the same person, although I do feel like I've gained a lot as a person. I've gained a lot of valuable experience and accrued a lot of cool and useful skills and all that kind of thing. But it's, I guess the thinking ahead part, what I lacked was thinking ahead to how I might feel or think when I made it to these years of my life, and how my situation might be different. I think you think ahead in a way that you kind of expect certain things to happen, but you don't think ahead to how your situation might be if certain things don't happen. Like, I don't have a family at this point, and I think when you're younger, especially in your 20s, you just assume you'll find that person, you'll find somebody that you can settle down with and start a family with. So you just kind of, it's like a kind of a big gray or black box. The future kind of exists as something you just don't exactly perceive, but that you kind of assume will be a certain way. So when you get here, as I have, and it's really just not that way at all, you don't really have a plan for it exactly, other than kind of doing what I'm doing, which is still trying to plan for a family. I'm still trying to build myself, my financial situation, etc., to be ready for that kind of thing, which I think is not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's good to be, functioning in that way. But the thinking ahead part is a little, I don't know, it's just a little different. The future is vague, to say the least. So anyway, that was a thought I had when I was walking today, just thinking about the future. And those are some of my thoughts on it. I guess what kind of call to action? My call to action would be, if you're younger than me, younger at all, as a regular young adult or younger person even than that, you kind of have to consider, what can the future become if it does not go to plan? I guess I kind of also, because I have been so blessed and capable in so many ways, skills and things that I do, that I more or less assumed things would go as planned, because in many ways things have, in that respect. I've often succeeded at almost everything I've tried, but the most important thing did not, and I neglected to think about that possibility. So I guess preparing for an alternate timeline, that's my call to action. Just think about that as a possibility and prepare for it in whatever shape it may come. The day in general was a pretty good one. I slept reasonably well. My back felt a little tweaked still in the morning. I don't think I talked about this at all last night. So something happened yesterday when I was working out that I tweaked my back. It kind of felt like I slipped a disc a little bit. And so I was in a decent amount of pain before going to sleep. I felt a little better when I woke, but when I went on my walk, I definitely had to go at a slower pace today. Probably the slowest I've walked in a long time. I didn't even average 16-minute miles. It was just a little, or I was right around that, but maybe just a second or two beyond that in my walk. But it definitely felt better by the end of the walk, so that was nice. Weather was really warm, so I tried to walk earlier than I usually do to kind of avoid the hotter temperatures that were forecast. Other than working on my Apple Day, I did do a lot of legwork on trying to get some rental gear for a potential shoot this weekend that the client is asking for, and tracking that down has been a challenge. I have not found what they're looking for, but found some good leads, I think, for potential alternate gear. And I made a connection with somebody in the industry that seems like maybe that is good. Maybe he can swing me some work at some point. Beyond all that, yeah, just made good progress in the app. Things are looking better. It's just getting more polished. And we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Hopefully, I think the client will make their decision for sure, whether or not they can use me and what to do about the gear that is needed. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for swinging in. Hopefully something was useful today. Until next time, take it easy.